In this video, we're going to have a look at the third index law. So to start off with, we're going to have a look at simplifying a to the power of 3 divided by a to the power of 3. And there's a couple of ways I'm going to do that. The first way is to expand it into factor form. So that's going to equal a to the power of 3 is a times a times a divided by, again, a to the power of 3. So a times a times a. So I'm going to go through and cancel out common variables in my numerator and denominator. So I can cancel out my first set of a's, my second set of a's, and my third set of a's. So I can cancel all of my a's in my numerator and denominator. When I've cancelled out all my variables, what I'm left with is the number 1. So I'm left with a 1 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator. So that's going to simplify to equal 1 over 1, which can be simplified to equal 1. So a to the power of 3 divided by a to the power of 3 is equal to 1. Now I'm going to have a go at simplifying it using the second index law. So using the second index law, I know that a to the power of 3 divided by a to the power of 3 is going to equal a to the power of 3 minus 3, which equals a to the power of 0. So using the two methods, I know that a to the power of 3 divided by a to the power of 3 is equal to a to the power of 0, which is also equal to 1. So using this example, I can see that a to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So that tells me that when I have a base to the power of 0, that is always going to equal 1. So index law number 3 is a to the power of 0 is going to equal 1. So let's have a look at how to apply that to some examples. So in my first example, I need to simplify 15 to the power of 0. And anything to the power of 0 using the third index law is going to equal 1. So in the second example, a to the power of 0, again using the third index law, we know that is going to equal 1. In the third example, it is xyz to the power of 0. Now remember, anything to the power of 0 is going to equal 1, and the index applies to what is immediately before the index in the question. Now because in this example, xyz is in brackets, so the power is going to apply to everything inside the brackets. So xyz in brackets to the power of 0 is going to equal 1.